Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Rosie and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your girl's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Rosie's going to be coming home tomorrow with her very own training collar, and you're going to be taught how to use that during your follow-up lesson. Now, Rosie is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is an important exercise because it's proper leash walking, and the command is Rosie heel. Now, at this point, Rosie has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when you're walking. If you walk slowly and you want to be having a chat on your walk with someone, then she should walk slowly. If you want to speed it up, she should speed it up. And when you stop walking, she has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So when you're in an airport, when you're somewhere with a lot of distractions, she should sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. And when you're walking, she needs to be right by your left side, not dragging you down the street. Nice automatic sit. Now the next exercise that Brandy's going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Brandy leaves her, walks all the way out to the end of the leash, and turns to face her. And you can practice this exercise indoors as well as outdoors. When Brandy returns back to her, she walks all the way around her. They end up back at heel position where they started, and they take off heeling again. So you'll notice that if Brandy turns, Rosie turns. Like, her job is to keep an eye on where you are at all times and what she's expected to do. Brandy leaves her in another sit-stay and turns to face her. And this time, instead of returning back to her, Brandy's going to demonstrate the come on command. The command is Rosie come. She comes right in front and sits facing your knees, and then she returns to heel position, back sitting where you started. So everything starts and stops at that heel position. You see her looking up at Brandy. She's enjoying doing her work. This engages her brain. Brandy's going to leave her in another sit-stay. And she's going to demonstrate that come on command again. So you do use her name for this command and a happy voice. She comes right in and sits, and she gets a little pat for a good job. And then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your down commands. And there are two of those. The first one that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, you're going to use your left open palm. She's itching. Your left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command, oh no, down and stay. Now your long down stay, when you're practicing at home, you're going to lengthen out all the way to 5 minutes. It's boring for you, but it helps to develop her self-control and maturity. When Brandy returns back to her, she walks back to her shoulders and stops. And then she gives her another command. Because if you just walk past her shoulders, she's going to get up and go with you. So always have her seated first, down, stay, Walk out to the end of your leash. And if you're practicing indoors, you're soon going to be able to drop your leash. This time Brandy will call her out of that. She comes in and sits. This eliminates her coming and jumping on anyone. Now the very last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. So with your dog seated, you leave her in a stay. You turn to face her. You're going to use your right hand to give the command and drop her into a down from a distance and then a stay. Now we have demonstrated for you your formal on-leash obedience commands. We put this together in a little drill for you so that you can practice at home. I'm going to be explaining to you tomorrow how to use all your commands in your everyday living situations. She's delicious. She is an adorable, sweet, smart girl. You should have no problems with her going forward. And we want to thank you for choosing and referring to Nora's Dog Training Company.